chase Miyagi with the blue futon out of the box, out of the wall, wherever you want to call it. You know what it is because you can just look at my playlist. It is. I ordered straight up Wolf Warrior 2. So if you watch my first review, I hated the first movie. This is like the second best grossing box office movie in China. Should it be? Let's find out. So Wolf Warrior 2, what's it about? Something happened to him. He's out of the military. He's randomly in Africa right now, and randomly he has to save a bunch of Chinese African people in a factory. The end. The story, and apparently Americans are bad guys called Big Daddy, and the end. So another pretty shitty movie, if you ask me. So with that, I'll give you the positives of the movie first. Pacing is better. The pacing is better because there is more action, and it is 30 minutes longer. So I was like, okay, not bad. But then when you realize, repeat of the same shit over and over again, you're like, I'm going nowhere with this. The actual special effects, the practical effects are better than the first one as well. This is a more fleshed out, bigger environment type of story. And then, yeah, the action is good. Other than that, it's another propaganda piece that's to the fucking T of propaganda. And yeah, there's some pro-American movies out there, absolutely, but man, if you ever see a pro-American movie like this, good fucking luck, because this is like pro-China to the T where they lie to their fucking faces. So let's talk about Chinese movies in general. Right now, the Chinese movie market is going down. Doctor Strange didn't make it in there. Top Gun ain't going to make it in there. The new Spider-Man didn't make it in there. So the Chinese market is freaking out. And people are like, wait a minute. But Wolf Warrior 2 made like $867 million in China alone. That's the thing. It only can make its money in China. Chinese movies are a very niche market. You won't see a lot of people watch them in Japan, Korea, US, Australia, New Zealand. They're kind of like their second biggest market, but anywhere in Europe, you're not going to see these flesh out. Not like Korean movies. They're pretty solid here. Japan movies, anime, a lot better. So just the Chinese market and movies, they are not fleshing out to the world. They are, appeasing themselves. Top Gun Maverick. Everyone's loving it in Europe. Everyone's loving it in other countries where it's in. Just China doesn't know how to do it, and they're like, oh, but this is a Hollywood-style movie with action. No, because you're appeasing to one audience and one audience only. And so, yeah, you might have the balls to do that and make America the bad guy multiple times, even have, like, dialogue in the movie like, oh, you think the U.S. Marines are the strongest? And, shit like that where you're just, like, eye-rolling, where it's like, the UN dialogue makes no sense, and people are just like, fuck. And then the acting. Since we're going on to the fuck thing, acting. Horrible. Every time there's a Chinese movie, they can't get any other race in the movies to have good acting. There's a scene where a bazooka's coming and they're like, oh, bazooka, a coming! It's like, really? That's what we're doing? And then they have this big guy. He's like, horrible actor. All acting in this movie is atrocious that are not Chinese. They must be doing it on purpose. It's fucking hysterical. And then since we'll keep going to the special effects. I thought I was watching Fast and the Furious 10 tank drift. There's tank drifting in this movie, guys. There's a scene where a helicopter crashes and the CGI is atrocious. Also, like a silo falls. Atrocious. This is some horrible CGI again. Oh, and these Navy scenes on the water, hysterically bad. Like, it is baffling how bad some of these special effects are. People are like, oh, the special effects are good. No, if they're practical and there's like a car ramping, which, by the way, editing is pretty piss poor because if you're editing it correctly, you want to edit out the ramps when a car is going, like, over fire and you have an aerial shot. Get rid of the ramps. They're very noticeable. So, yeah, you have shit like that where you're like, very noticeable. And my God, like, they're like, everything here is pro-China. And, oh, let's talk about Africa. Okay, I have been to Africa for about 8 to 9 months to do a project there, right? Also in Europe and Africa, there are things literally called the Chinese store. And the Chinese store is cheap shit from China. Literally, that is what the store is called, and that's what it is. But let's talk about what they do in Africa. In this thing, they're acting like, oh, China and Africa are just like fucking great friends, and they're doing everything perfect. Yeah, the rich in Africa are probably taking that Chinese money. But the poor, They're doing absolutely atrocious. When I was there, like I said, they were taking their equipment. Chinese were taking the African, Nigerian equipment and mining for gold and taking the gold and putting it back to China. Nothing was staying in country. They were mining resources out of Africa and then taking it to China. Oh, I've seen this personally. Also, I talked to the locals there where even though I'll say I was only a white guy there and they're like, I needed a haircut and they're like, the John Cena. I was like, yeah, give me the John Cena because every other poster was, had a black person except John Cena. And we were doing good shit. I was buying bread for people. We were building, desks for, Christians and Muslims there because actually that's a rare community where I was at where like the Muslim Christians actually came together even though there was ISIS in that area. But we were pumping money in the economy, helping people as much as we can. But yeah, is America good in all countries? No. Sometimes we need to just get the fuck out, just like, okay, we're done, bye. But, just China saying like they're putting so much prosperity into these things. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a study in Kenya where they're like, the Chinese are even second guessing. They're like, what are we doing here anymore? So even like in Djibouti, they built a port right next to America. So the whole thing is like they're trying to do this thing. It's a very political nightmare. Same with Portugal, the Azores Island. We were dwindling. China came in and America's like, nah, fuck that. We don't want that shit to happen here. But yeah, so that message of the whole Africa, like China and Africa are like, oh, they're best buddies. It's like, bullshit. I've seen it for person. So this is straight up propaganda 101 for China. I mean, hysterically bad. There's also a scene where the girl, Dr. Rachel's costume. Holy shit. No doctor wears short shorts. I mean, if you're going to make fun of Michael Bay for Megan Fox, I want to see a doctor wear that in Africa with all the mosquitoes where you need malaria pills. You ain't wearing that shit and you have combat boots without fucking shoelaces. How are you running around? Okay, we can make fun of Jurassic World where wearing the heels like, yeah, running after dinosaurs. You're not running across the fucking plains of Africa. You're not helping people. You're not getting into choppers with combat boots without laces. Your feet are gonna fucking fall out. Unrealistic to a T. And oh my god, it's just, this movie was so bad. Yeah, some bad movies are like, yeah, that's a bad movie, but I can enjoy it. But this was just straight up like, what are we doing? Yeah, you have some good action set pieces, but other than that, it is the logistically definition of propaganda. Anyway, so is it better than the first one? By budget and by actual fun factor? Sure. But is it still a good movie? Absolutely not. So is the Wolf Warrior 2 a better movie? Yes. But is it going to be the same rating? No, because, I can't be that biased. It is better than the first one. So Wolf Warrior 2 will receive a 1 out of 5 with Futon. So as he goes at 20%. So see the critics' new scores gave this one. So you have critics a 69% with only 13 of them. Audience score 75% with over 1,000. How does the first one get a 23% and the second one get a 75%? It is the same movie except a little bit more money. So that doesn't make sense how the audience score is that much better. Makes no sense. Anyway, 20, 69, or 75. Chase Zach with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Futon Toby. Blue Futon. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. And you might be wondering, is this on the chopping block? It's on eBay. If you want to buy it, it's like $3. So, just letting you know. $3 movie.